Hi, I'm Steve. See? And welcome to my veteran's homestead. I just made this awesome rasp knife out of an old farrier rasp that was no longer being able to be used for its intended purpose. However, the handle is nicky, so now I'm going to have to make some knife scales for it. If you look around this property, what do I have? A bunch of wood. Good thing I have some that's already milled, and I just have to plane it down, cut it to size, make sure it's stained, make sure it's stabilized, and then attach it. So like 20 minutes, right? I have this 5-foot piece of red oak that I've already cut down, and it's been aging for about 2 years now. It was one of the first things I cut down when I got here. But for this project, I don't think I'm going to need all of that. That's a lot of wood. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take out a chunk, make sure that it doesn't have any significant cracks in it, and then plane that down to make handles. Now, you always got to make sure you're nice and precise with your cuts. So I'm going to go ish. I planed it down. This is what we got right here. Squared off edge, about 1.5 inches thick. Be plenty for the knife handle, but my phone decided that it just didn't want to record the entire planing process. Something to do with heat and the fact that it's like 110 out right now, real feel. That's my guess. So I'm going to cut this down and make it into the knife scales that we started this journey for. I'm a huge fan of starting off with 1/4-inch scales. So I'm going to set my blade high enough so the bottom of the tooth goes over the top of the wood. I'll show you what that looks like. And wide enough against the fence that I can do a 1/4 inch. That. There it is. So you can see the teeth of the saw blade right here go over the bottom part of the tooth, goes over the log, and that helps prevent binding and a bunch of other stuff that could cause the kickback. And then you'll see the width. That's how big we're going to make our scales. 1/4 inch is plenty of room to work with. You know what? I might actually bump it up to 1/2 inch because I'd rather have too much wood than not enough. Name my porn site. I opted to do a 1/2 inch. I figured it'd give me a little more room. Now you're not supposed to stop it mid-blade like this, but see how the blade is coming through and you're not getting any binding up in there. That's important so you don't get kickbacks. So I ran that board through. I got enough for a liner, an axe handle, and 8 sets of knife scales. So what we'll do now is put these on, well, all the knives that I'm making just for funsies. I really like the way that red oak comes out once it's finished. The real question is, should I ebonize it, which means use a chemical reaction to turn it black and add iron into it, or do I leave it natural, or some of each? Let me know in the comments. I appreciate you, and I'll let you know when this project is done. Thanks for watching, and you know what? Get outside, do something awesome, and have a great day.